a cinematic fan myself, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall on that set, because you want to, you know, poke his brain, Steven Spielberg, ask him about everything he's worked on, and especially that this movie is such big references to the pop cultural world that he's contributed to build. Did you resist that temptation of asking him so many questions all the time?
I resisted it. Tye didn't. we're like Tye, come on, we need to like shoot this scene.
And he'd be like,
No,
oh,
but
and one thing, when would you?
But Steven gets so enthusiastic about, and he's like, he's the biggest film geek I know, and he gets so excited about when you ask him like, oh, well, why this dolly move, and why are we doing this? And he's like, oh, because, you know, this part of the movie, this happens, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then we start talking about other things. But I mean, from day one, I wanted to, you know, I knew this was like, you know, maybe a once in a lifetime opportunity, and not many people get a chance to go on his sets because they're very, you know, they're very contained to the people that are working on them. So I knew it was an amazing opportunity. I knew it was an amazing opportunity to learn, not only from Steven, but from everybody that worked on this set. You know,
Janusz Kaminski,
Janusz, everybody's kind of like, you know, some of the best at what they do, and I feel like for me as a young person who wants to understand every aspect of filmmaking and, you know, continue on with my career, I felt like this was a great opportunity for me to really get a crash course, and it was like the best film school you could ever imagine.
Every sci-fi film is in two parts. First, it is for the beautiful popcorn entertainment, and that's a visual feast. But there's also a message and something to say. So what was most important for you? Both? I mean, some people would like it for the entertainment, others for the message.
I think it goes hand in hand. I think, you know, Steven does a really lovely job of having it be such a visual feast, and having all these really beautiful humane messages throughout the movie, but he doesn't bash you over the head with either of them. And I think the beautiful message about this is all about friendship and connecting with each other in reality and in virtual reality as well.
Clanning.
But clanning up. It's all about clanning up, and it's all about everything in moderation and just to nourish those relationships.
What is your relation to the virtual world, both of you personally? I mean, there's also social media at the moment and everything. The discussion is quite current about how much time we spend in the virtual world.
100%. And I think this movie is that's why, you know, people often, they tend to focus on like the futuristic aspect and like it's a virtual universe, and then it's got all these 80s references, but it's really like
in the
it's
middle.
It's a film for everybody, because it's very relevant to what is happening now in our world, and with social media and digital platforms, and the fact that everybody has a computer in their pocket, and the accessibility of everything is kind of right there at our fingertips in the movie. It's right in front of your eyes. But this, you know, so for us, that was, I think that was really exciting to explore kind of, you know, with a modern theme like that, although it's kind of masked in an advanced technology. That was really exciting for us, and I think, you know, although there's so much humanity in this film, and at the heart of it, you know, although there's a lot happening on the surface, and a big, crazy adventure movie, and it's visually stunning, it's done so in such an elegant and graceful way, and it doesn't seem like too much. And what really speaks to me is the humanity, and it's about these 5 people learning how to, you know, be comfortable in their own skin and be comfortable with who they are, whether it's they're not proud about the way they look or their sexuality or the color of their skin, you know, and they all learn to embrace those things, and I think that's a really beautiful message to the world.
I'm very curious about how it happens to be cast in a Steven Spielberg movie. Both of you were famous actors before, but how is the process? Working actors.
Working actors. Well, you're more famous than me.
Well, not in the UK.
I mean, like everyone else, we auditioned with the casting director, Ellen Lewis, and then we were probably both told that we were gonna do you had a bit of a different experience to me, but I was told that I was gonna go to LA and do some chemistry reads with some boys.
Did you know at that point that you had been cast? You knew?
No, I hadn't been cast yet. I was doing chemistry reads.
Okay.
But this was like August.
Right. Okay.
2015. And then I did the same thing in New York, and then a couple of days later I was brought in to read the script, and then Ellen Lewis came back in and was like, it's looking really well for you. We just want you to read the script just in case, you know, you didn't want to do it. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course. And then a couple of days later, I found out that I was, you know, got the call saying I was going to be in a Spielberg movie. But you, different.
Yeah, I mean, I sent in a self-tape, so I never had a, you know, and the first time, actually, I read the script, and was, at the time that the script came to me, I was completely obsessed with virtual reality and the potential of virtual reality and trying to find ways to create content. And this script came to me coincidentally, and I called my best friend, and I'm like, dude, Steven Spielberg is making a movie about virtual reality, and it's going to be huge. And I doubt I'm going to get the role, but we got to go see this movie when it comes out. So I sent in a self-tape, which I actually got no. My agent called me and it was like, no, not happening. I'm like, cool, I didn't think I would get it anyway. And then a couple weeks later, he called back and he said, you got to audition again. They want you to audition again. So I sent in another tape. And then I flew to LA to read with Olivia, who was already casted at the time. And I remember thinking, like, if this is the end of the road, because I knew Steven was going to be in the room, I'm going to thank this man for all of his movies and for, like, impacting me with his films. And, you know, because, you know, I feel like I wouldn't be the same kid without some of his films. And then we ended up just chatting about E.T. for, like, 30 minutes and, you know, about how they shot E.T. chronologically and all this great stuff.
So we flattered him, and that's how we got
Exactly.
Olivia was sitting there like, oh, God.
This kid.